This find in Asia scared all scientists. Discoveries have the power to reshape our understanding of the world. From mysterious ancient artifacts to astonishing natural wonders, Asia has been a treasure trove of enigmatic finds that have left scientists scratching their heads. Ancient city of Mahendra Parvata. This ancient city was one of the first capitals of the Khmer Empire, reigning over Southeast Asia from the 9th to the 15th centuries. For centuries, it was believed to be lost, hidden beneath the thick jungle foliage, near the iconic Angkor Wat Temple in Cambodia. Thanks to a detailed map, researchers have now definitively confirmed that the overgrown ruins on the mountain of Phnom Kulen are indeed remnants of this 1,000-year-old city. Cambodians have been making religious pilgrimages to this site for hundreds of years, so it was never truly lost. One of the key figures behind this discovery, Damien Evans, a research fellow with the French School of the Far East in Paris, had this to say: "It's always been suspected that the city of Mahendra Parvata that's talked about in the inscriptions was indeed somewhere up here in the mountains. But now, ladies and gentlemen, we can say for sure. Definitely this is the place." One of the most fascinating revelations is that this city was meticulously designed in a massive grid that stretches across tens of square kilometers. Damien Evans goes on to say, "It's not something that we necessarily would expect from this period. You see, during this time, urban development was usually organic, with little central planning. But Mahendra Parvata seems to defy the norms of its era. Mahendra Parvata takes us back to the late 8th to early 9th century. Centuries before, archaeologists believed such organized cities emerged in the Angkor region. This city was a hub of innovation and development, and we're left wondering what happened between its vibrant birth and its eventual disappearance into the dense foliage." Oldest human footprints in Saudi Arabia. Scientists exploring the Nafud Desert in Saudi Arabia stumbled upon something incredible: fossilized footprints that date back to 120,000 years. This is a big deal, and it's all thanks to erosion near the old Alathar Lake that these well-preserved footprints came to light. Among the 376 ancient shapes they found, guess what? It's not just human footprints. They also found prints from animals like horses, camels, and even elephants. Scientists thought elephants disappeared from this area around 400,000 years ago. So, this discovery is turning things upside down. This find challenges what we thought we knew about how early humans moved around. It's suggesting that our ancestors might have been in Saudi Arabia much earlier than we ever imagined. And those animal footprints? They're like a snapshot of a diverse group of creatures that once lived there. This discovery isn't just about the past, though. It's like a window into how our ancient relatives lived and interacted with the world around them. This isn't just a scientific breakthrough. It's a peek into the journeys our ancestors took, their nomadic way of life, and the landscapes they knew. And as scientists keep digging through the sands of time, each new find gives us another piece of the puzzle about how humans explored and adapted to the world around them. World's oldest known animal painting in Indonesia. Archaeologists in Indonesia have found the oldest known animal cave painting in the world. This amazing artwork is about 40,500 years old. It's a life-sized picture of a Sulawesi warty pig. They used a special kind of reddish paint called dark red ochre to create it. This pig is special because it has horn-like warts on its face, which are a feature of adult male pigs. The painting is found in a faraway cave called Liang Tedongge on Sulawesi Island. It's pretty big, measuring about 136 centimeters tall and 54 centimeters wide. There are handprints over the pig, and they also found pictures of 2 other pigs nearby. It's like a piece of a bigger story. This discovery is like a time machine, giving us a glimpse into the lives of people who lived a really, really long time ago. It shows us that ancient humans were not only skilled hunters and gatherers, but they were also amazing artists. Scientists figured out how old the painting is by using a special kind of dating method called uranium series isotope dating. They evaluated a kind of mineral deposit that formed on top of the painting, and that's how they found out it's 45,500 years old. It's incredible how this painting has survived for so many thousands of years, letting us connect with our ancient ancestors. It's like they left us a little piece of their world to discover. Mysterious monoliths in India. Following the intriguing appearances of monoliths in various corners of the world, India now joins the mysterious phenomenon with the sighting of its first metallic sculpture in Ahmedabad. Nestled within the Symphony Forest Park in Thaltej, amidst bustling urban development projects, this monolith mirrors its global counterparts, boasting a three-sided structure adorned with shiny metal sheets, whereas the reason of these puzzling structures remains covered in riddle. The Ahmedabad stone monument offers a imply. On one of its sides, attentive eyes will observe an arrangement of carved numbers, proposing an association to nature and natural life preservation. The exact importance of these numbers remains an anticipating unraveling. Collaborator. Executive of Parks and Gardens at the Ahmedabad Metropolitan Enterprise, Dilip Bhai Patel, affirmed its nearness. He unveiled that the stone monument was raised by the private firm capable of creating and keeping up the stop. These metallic structures have made headlines worldwide, appearing mysteriously and vanishing without a trace. The phenomenon originated with the discovery of the first monolith in a remote Utah canyon, subsequently manifesting in approximately 30 countries, including Romania, France, Poland, the United Kingdom, and Colombia. As their cryptic appearances continue to captivate imaginations, the true nature and purpose of these monoliths remain a captivating enigma. Massive underground city in Turkey, this town, home to around 10,112 people in 2022, sits high up at 1,333 meters, 4,373 feet, and holds a remarkable secret. You see, Derinkuyu is in a place called Cappadocia, which is famous for its amazing underground cities. These cities were carved right out of the rock, and even though no one lives in them today, they tell us an incredible story from the past. There are over 200 of these underground cities, with some going down 2 levels and about 40 of them going down even deeper, 3 levels or more. Way back in 370 BCE, a writer named Xenophon mentioned that people in this area used to live in homes carved underground, with space for families, animals, and food storage. Derinkuyu's underground city has 8 levels and goes down a whopping 85 meters deep. This place was like a fortress in history. When there were wars and danger from armies, people would run here for safety. Inside, they had everything you could need to survive: food storage, kitchens, even churches. There were also wells, ventilation shafts, and even a school for learning about religion. It was like a whole hidden world down there. This underground city played a huge role in history. It sheltered people from danger during wars and challenging times, from the days of the Arab-Byzantine Wars all the way through to the 20th century. Even after all these years, these underground cities are still a wonder to see. They remind us of the incredible things our ancestors could do. Visitors from all over the world are still amazed by them. DNA of ancient Siberians. In this special place called the Yana Rhinoceros Horn Site, archaeologists found something amazing: 2 tiny baby teeth. These teeth belonged to kids who lived around 31,000 years ago, during the last ice age. This site is really important. It's packed with over 2,500 things like animal bones, tools made of stone and ivory, and even signs that people lived there. It's like a time capsule giving us a peek into ancient life. Scientists did some incredible research and found out that these ancient people are a bit like distant relatives to us. They're most similar to Europeans, more than Asians. They think these people came from an area called Western Eurasia, a long, long time ago. What's even more amazing is how their story connects with ours. They left their mark in the genes of people across northern parts of Asia and even in the Americas. It's like they're part of the family tree that led to Native Americans. They found the bones of a guy from 10,000 years ago near the Kolyma River in Siberia. His DNA shows he's a mix of those ancient Siberians and East Asians, just like what we see in Native Americans. This is the first time they found someone so closely related to Native Americans outside of the United States. Ancient manuscripts in Afghanistan. The ancient kingdom of Gandhara, spanning today's Afghanistan and Pakistan, is the birthplace of the world's oldest Buddhist manuscripts, a treasure acquired by the library in 2003. This remarkable Gandhara scrolls dates back to approximately the 1st century BCE and the 1st century CE. It is penned in Gandhari, a Sanskrit derivative, and employs the Kharoshthi script. Informally known as the Bahu Buddha Sutra, or the Many Buddhas Sutra, this scroll delves into the lives of 15 Buddhas. Narrated by Shakyamuni Buddha, the scroll provides concise biographies of 13 Buddhas preceding him. It then chronicles Shakyamuni's birth and transformation into the revered Shakyamuni Buddha, concluding with a prophecy about the future Buddha, Maitreya. These biographies also divulge additional details, such as the duration of each Buddha's life, their prophecies regarding Shakyamuni Buddha's eventual appearance, their social origins, and the enduring impact of their teachings. This valuable manuscript not only provides insights into their predictions regarding the emergence of Shakyamuni Buddha, but also sheds light on their respective training, lifespans, eras of existence, social backgrounds, disciples' assemblies, and the longevity of their teachings. Giant stone jars in Laos, the Plain of Jars across the Sieng Khowang Plain in the Lao Highlands. This unique landscape is adorned with large stone jars, crafted from sedimentary rock, standing tall at heights ranging from 3 to 10 feet, and weighing as much as 14 tons each. The origin of these fascinating jars remains shrouded in mystery, leaving archaeologists puzzled. It is believed that they were created somewhere between 1,500 and 2,000 years ago. While their exact purpose eludes us, theories abound. Some suggest they may have served as funerary urns, while others propose their role in food storage. Local Laotian folklore weaves a tale of their creation by Khun Cheyung, an ancient giant king residing in the highlands. Legend has it that Chung, victorious after a fierce battle, fashioned these jars to brew vast quantities of celebratory Lao rice wine. Western interest in the Plain of Jars was relatively modest until the 1930s, when French archaeologist Madeleine Colani embarked on a survey of the region. Despite earlier accounts of valuable goods like carnelian beads, jewelry, and tools, most of the site had fallen victim to looters. Nevertheless, Colani's exploration led to a significant discovery: an adjacent cave containing human remains, including burnt bones and ash. This finding bolstered the theory that the jars might have served as burial urns for chieftains. Colani meticulously excavated artifacts, some dating back to 500 BC to 800 AD, and documented her findings in her work, The Megaliths of Upper Laos. Damselflies trapped in amber, Myanmar. In a special place in Myanmar called Hukong Valley, scientists from China discovered really old damselflies trapped in amber. These damselflies are about 100 million years old. What's super interesting about them is their special legs. These legs were different and looked like they were made to attract attention. They were like big pods with colorful stripes. It's like how peacocks have beautiful feathers to impress other peacocks. Since dragonflies can see well, it's likely that these fancy legs were meant to make the males extremely attractive to the females. The scientists think that these legs were used to catch the eye of potential partners, but they also wonder if these legs had other jobs, like protecting the damselflies from attacks or scaring away enemies. All three male damselflies found in the amber had these special leg structures, which makes the scientists think they were definitely used in the fancy dance of insect dating. This amazing discovery makes us wonder if these damselflies were successful in using their legs to charm nearby females. It shows us that even a long time ago, insects might have had special things to make themselves more appealing to the opposite sex. The world's oldest tea china. In a recent archaeological study conducted by researchers from Shandong University and the University of Science and Technology, Beijing, the world's oldest tea remains have been identified, dating back to 453 BC and 410 BC. These ancient tea leaves, which are approximately 2,400 years old, were discovered within a royal tomb located in Zhucheng, Shandong province. This historical site served as the capital of the Zhou Kingdom from 614 BC to 218 BC. The initial suspicion that the decayed plant material found within an overturned porcelain cup at the excavation site was indeed tea led to a series of scientific analyses. Technologies such as Fourier, transform infrared spectroscopy, and gas chromatography, mass spectrometry were employed to compare the discovered remains with contemporary tea and soaked tea residue. These analyses conclusively confirmed that the sample contained tea leaves that had been preserved for centuries. Interestingly, the ancient tea leaves and porcelain artifacts found within the tomb may not have originated from Shandong originally. Professor Wang suggests that the Zhou Kingdom lacked the advanced technology required to produce such porcelain vessels. Instead, the shape and structure of these vessels closely resemble porcelain objects from the southern state of Yue. This suggests that the queen may have hailed from Yuo and married into the northern Zhou Kingdom, bringing with her the tea and cups as grave goods from her hometown. Kabayan fire mummies did them between 1200 and 1500 CE in several towns across Bangay, where they were then interred in caves. What sets the fire mummies apart is their unconventional mummification procedure. Sadly, due to a lack of protection, many of these mummies were pilfered by outsiders. Golden Bowl in Iran. In 1958, a group of archaeologists made a remarkable discovery at Tep Hasanlu, a historical site of the Iron Age. Within a layer known as the Burn Layer, they uncovered a striking scene. Dozens of bodies preserved in ash and rubble, shedding light on a bygone era. Among these ruins, archaeologists found the gold bowl of Hasanlu. This remarkable bowl, adorned with intricate engravings of deities and rituals, adorned with stone cylinder with gold caps, an ivory figurine, and a sword hilt featuring a bronze guard, quickly garnered recognition as a unique and highly significant example of ancient goldsmithing. It showcased unparalleled technical skill and a diverse array of ornamental motifs, offering a potential key to understanding the religious and mythological traditions of its era. A prevailing theory suggests that during a violent siege of the Hasanlu citadel, some soldiers managed to infiltrate the city, seizing valuable treasures, including the coveted gold bowl. Subsequently, the entire structure collapsed in flames, entombing both warriors and their prized possessions beneath layers of debris, where they lay hidden for approximately 3,000 years, until their remarkable rediscovery in 1958. Given the absence of written records, little is known about the identity of Hasanlu's inhabitants and their invaders. The site reveals no ancient name, the state to which it may have belonged, or the linguistic and ethnic affiliations of its populace. Today, the gold bowl of Hasanlu finds its home in the National Museum of Iran. The Hanging Pillar. The Lepakshi Temple, also known as the Virabhadra Temple, is an amazing ancient building in India. It was made by skillfully carving rocks and is a reminder of the impressive architecture in olden times. This temple was built by the powerful Vijayanagara Empire. One interesting thing about this temple is the hanging pillar. It looks like it's magically hanging above the ground, without any support. This surprises and amazes people because it seems to break the rules of gravity. Guides often show this by sliding things under the pillar or passing scarves through the tiny space under it. Even though there are about 70 pillars in this temple, the hanging pillar gets the most attention. It shows how clever the ancient builders were. A long time ago, a curious British engineer in the time of the British Empire tried to move the pillar to figure out its secret. But he couldn't. Even today, we don't know exactly how they made the hanging pillar at Lapakshi Temple. Ancient tall living forest found in China. A team of cave explorers in China discovered an immense sinkhole, boasting a pristine primitive forest at its base. This extraordinary find has piqued the interest of scientists, as it is likely to harbor a multitude of unknown small animal species. George Venny, the executive director of the National Cave and Karst Research Institute, emphasized the scientific significance of this find, underscoring the potential for new discoveries within this hidden ecosystem. The dimensions of this colossal sinkhole are awe-inspiring. It stretches over 1,000 feet in length, spans nearly 500 feet in width, and plunges to a depth of approximately 630 feet. The voluminous chasm encompasses more than 176 million cubic feet, according to reports from Xinhua, the Chinese government's state-owned news agency. This natural wonder promises to unveil secrets of ancient ecosystems and could contribute to our understanding of the biodiversity of our planet. Hand-carved Magician architecture. The Magician Grottos, also called Maichishan, are amazing caves carved into a hill in northwest China. There are 194 caves in total. Inside, you'll find over 7,200 sculptures of Buddha and beautiful paintings that cover more space than a basketball court. People started making these caves an exceptionally long time ago, around the year 384 to 417. The name Maijishan means wheat stack mountain. A long time ago, a group called the Northern Liang, who ruled part of China, liked Buddhism. They supported Buddhism, and places like Tiantishan and Wenshushan, with caves and shrines, became important. Maijishan was made around the same time because many people were interested in religion during this period. To make the caves, they used a mix of clay and other things to make the walls strong. Sometimes they used special stone called sandstone to make sculptures, but they're not quite common. We're not sure where the sandstone came from. One interesting thing about Maijishan is a pillar that looks like it's hanging in the air, like magic. It's a mystery how they did it. The Terracotta Army. The Terracotta Army is a super special collection of statues made from clay. They show the army of the very first emperor of China, Qin Shi Huang. These statues were made around 210 to 209 BCE, which is a very, very long time ago. They were buried with the emperor to keep him safe in the afterlife. People found these statues in 1974 when local farmers were working in Lintong County, near a place called Xi'an in China. The statues are from the late 200s BCE. The army is made up of different kinds of statues, and the generals are the tallest. There are soldiers, chariots like ancient cars, and horses. Experts think there are more than 8,000 soldiers, 130 chariots with 500 timbodi horses, and 150 horse riders altogether. Most of them are still in the pits near Qin Shi Huang's tomb. They also found other statues in different pits, like officials, acrobats, strongmen, and musicians. The building of Qin Shi Huang's tomb started in 246 BCE when he was only 13 years old. It was a huge project, and around 700,000 workers were needed to do it. They built it at a place called Mount Lee because it was considered lucky. The tomb was said to have fancy buildings, important people, valuable things, and even some magical elements like rivers made of mercury and pictures of stars on the ceiling. This amazing discovery got Chinese archaeologists excited, and they kept looking for more. It turned out to be the biggest group of pottery statues ever found. Now there's a museum built over the site, and they put a roof over the biggest pit to protect it. In conclusion, the discoveries we've explored today shed light on some truly fascinating aspects of Asia's natural world. Remember, science is a journey of curiosity, and each revelation brings us closer to understanding our world. Don't forget to subscribe for more incredible insights into the mysteries of our planet.